What's up guys, I'm Sean Racine and you're watching Explain. Okay, so guys, now the science behind this. So what is happening is that when you actually scoop up the butane bubbles in your hand, when you have to make sure that you don't take any of the smaller ones. Because what happens is that it has to have enough gas to actually get heated up to actually rise. So as you guys already know, in physics we've learned that gases, when they're heated up, they actually expand. And the size increases and the intermolecular space increases. And hence it becomes lighter than the colder air which surrounds it. And hence, hot air goes up and cold air comes down. So what is basically happening, as soon as you light it, it catches on fire. And because fire has a lot of heat, it's actually heating the gas particles. So what is happening is that it's going upwards. So that's why the flames of the fire and even the sparks of the fire, which you can see in a bonfire, they actually rise upwards. Okay, so as the gas is rising, what is basically happening is that as the gas is actually on fire, so it's the fire, the flames are actually also moving up with it. And that's exactly why in a bonfire, the flames are actually upwards instead of being sideways or downwards. Okay, so then basically the bubble, if you guys must be thinking, why are the bubbles there? Like, why are we using soapy water? Okay, so first of all, you can't burn gas on your hand. And even if you do release gas on your hand, it's just gonna go upwards. Or it's just because as it flows, so it's just gonna get mixed with the air. So this is why we use bubbles to actually contain it. So it's actually like a small little holder for our gas until we light it. Okay, so once it's on our hands when we burn it, it goes upwards. And you must be thinking, for a few milliseconds, obviously the flames do touch your hand. Even sometimes for a second, according to how much you have in your hand. So why does it not burn and it only heats up a small bit? This is because you have some cold soapy water, like a thin layer, a few micron millimeters, which is on your hand. So what this does is it basically acts like an insulator. So all of the heat, basically it's dissipating a small amount of the heat and absorbing it. So then you just have a small amount of heat on your hand. So it's like putting your hand above a candle. Hey guys, finally time for my favorite part, which is the experiment. And as you guys can see, we're actually about to do this in real life in front of you. But guys, please make sure no matter how interesting and fun this may be, it is extremely dangerous. So guys, please do not try this at home. And I'm just showing you this for experimental purposes. So guys, just watch and enjoy. That's why I'm here. Okay, so basically over here what we have is we have butane. It's basically a very extremely flammable gas, which is in lighters and stuff. And over here we have two blow torches, which I'm going to be lighting my hand with. Thereafter we have soapy water, as you guys can see. I haven't mixed it up yet. Just you can use any sort of dish soap, because that has a lot of soap in it. Then you have, we have a towel over here. And basically this towel is for you're going to keep it moist. And this towel is so that in case anything happens to my hand, or it's getting too hot, then I can just do this to my hand and the fire is actually going to get extinguished. And it's going to stop hurting because that's cold water over there. Okay, then the steps to basically doing this is I'm going to mix this up. And when it actually becomes completely soapy, then I'm going to put the butane into it. So, okay, so let's get started with that. So I'm just going to use my hand to mix it up. As you guys can see, you just give it a nice mix until the water becomes soapy. Then after that, you come over here and you pick up your butane and basically you just open this. And guys, make sure you always keep the butane covered because that just stops the gas from leaking out. So now we're just going to put that and we're going to hold it in the middle. As you guys can see, it's in the middle. And we just gently press down, and as you guys can see, bubbles are coming out. Once we have a good amount of bubbles, we take it out. And you can just dab it over here and just keep that for the side now. And guys, make sure you keep this away from that because it's flammable. Okay, so as you guys can see, we put the bubbles on one side and we have a bit of water so we can dampen our hands. Okay, then we're just gonna get the blowtorch ready. So basically, you just turn on the gas and you press. Okay, so there we go. That looks really cool, by the way. Okay, so now you're just gonna wet your hand and make sure your hand is completely wet from the top to the bottom. Okay, and as I told you this before, it's to actually create a layer between your hand and the fire. So once you've got your hand wet, you're actually going to pick up some of this, scoop it up into your hand like just like that. Okay, and make sure you don't take too many small bubbles, because small bubbles, they hurt really bad. So then you just wipe the bottom, because as the guys have told you before, fire rises upwards because of heat, and if there's anything on the bottom, it's going to burn the bottom of your hand. Okay, so now let's see this. So as you guys can see, it has a really cool fire effect to it, and this is actually how some magicians do it. So let's try that again. So again, you just take your butane and you just push it down. Ooh, that's a lot of bubbles. Okay, then again, you would like to dampen your hand completely. And make sure there are no bubbles on your hand when you're dampening it. So after that, just make sure you squeeze everything out, because that will also have butane in it. Then you actually just pick up the bubble, let the rest drain out. Okay, and then you again clean the bottom of your hand one time. So as you guys can see, that doesn't hurt that much. Okay guys, thanks for watching. Guys, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and like if you guys want to. And guys, please go follow my Instagram. Thank you. Told you guys I wasn't kidding when I said this is flammable.